ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
A very good morning to you. It is 5 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Did I catch you with your mouth open? Sorry.
No.
Were you going to talk?
I was about to, but I think it was okay until you just called it out there.
I saw that.
Good morning.
Well, will the forecast make you go, Kate?
No, I don't think so. You look at this map, you're probably thinking like, oh boy. No, I mean, we have some winter weather advisories up north, mostly for the Tug Hill, going into effect at 11 a.m. this morning. The rest of us, not until 7 o'clock tonight. Really not until tonight and tomorrow morning is when we get some snow around here. A lot of you probably waking up tomorrow morning, not a lot of snow happening. It's what's happening during the day tomorrow with our lake effect, though, is where things will kind of get a little interesting for us. But other than that, things are quiet right now on the radar. We have most of that rain happening in the North Country right now. We'll see more of that rain filling in this afternoon. So your evening commute, it's going to be wet out there during the nighttime hours. So just watching out as you are out and about for your evening commute, and then we'll make that transition over to the snow overnight and then transitioning to the lake effect snow for tomorrow as our temperatures take a tumble. We'll have more on this with the snow maps, the timecast, and your 7-day. All that is coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much. We begin this morning.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning. We're looking at the CAPV Skynet 9 camera out over downtown Syracuse, and things are pretty quiet at the moment. We are expecting rain to return later on today. Still mild. We're in the mid-40s right now. We'll maintain the 40s throughout the day today. We do have a couple of 30s as we are up and at 'em, but a cloudy start to the day. And then for this afternoon and this evening, we have some rain moving in. Still keeping it mild in the 40s, but we are expecting our weather to turn a little active here. We do have the winter weather advisories beginning later on today because we got a couple of things going on. We got a disturbance right here over the Great Lakes. That's going to pair up with another storm kind of moving up the coast. The two together is going to produce rain for us today. Not that windy, not as windy as it was yesterday, but by lunchtime we have rain emerging from the south, and we'll see a little bit of a change over to some snow for the higher elevations. Most of that is not happening, though, until after sunset tonight. So for this evening, for that evening commute, it is going to be a bit rainy outside. So just keep that in mind. Our temperatures are still above freezing, so it's just rain still. And get closer to midnight, we see more of that changeover for the higher elevations as our temperatures begin to drop. So as everything kind of evolves here, it's really all about location and temperature and where kind of all that comes together. Now, our latest data has been having a little bit of a western shift here, but man, we really got a big, if things even move about 30 miles, this could bring a lot of the steady snow over parts of like Watertown, Oswego, Sodas, and Waterloo. So we'll have to really see how things evolve here. But for right now, we're still leaning towards, yeah, you'll wake up probably to a little bit of snow. I don't think you'll have to shovel a foot or anything like that. No, definitely not. But at least maybe an inch or two, maybe a little bit more farther west you go. I think the bigger player here tomorrow is going to be the lake effect, because look at our temperatures. We are dropping. The wind is really picking up, and it's a west wind. So if you are within this band that sets up tomorrow, right about there, I mean, this is where we'll see some of those higher totals and obviously lesser amounts outside of that. And so as things kind of wrap around here, we'll get another quick little burst of some of that lake snow, still tacking on about an additional 1 to 3 inches there. And then by Friday morning, things will kind of fizzle out and leave us with a pretty cold day on Friday. So let's take you through our forecast snowfall. So this is tonight through tomorrow morning. You probably look at this and you're like, really? That's it? Yeah, that's it. It's not going to be a lot, enough to slow you down, maybe have to do a little bit shoveling, especially farther west you are. I think this is really going to be more about that lake effect forming. So by tomorrow night, you're going to have some spots clocking in at about 6, 7, 8 inches of snowfall in parts of Oswego and northern Cayuga counties by tomorrow night. So just a heads up with that before things kind of fizzle out here on Friday morning. A little bit of snow returning Friday night, a few snow showers over the weekend. Returning colder over the weekend too, 20s Sunday, Monday, teens on Tuesday.
Okay, right now.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Alrighty, so this evening, it's going to get kind of rainy around here, so just keep that in mind for your evening commute. We are looking at some steady rain. It's going to make things a little tough to see on some of the roads. We're doing stories about that later on in the newscast. Later on tonight, we're changing over to some snow, and there's going to be a window where we'll have at least a couple of hours with some steady snow. But here's where things will get interesting. If we get sucked into this drier air, there's not going to be a whole lot happening tomorrow morning. The lake effect takes hold, though, because our temperatures really drop off tomorrow, and so we'll be relying on that. So this is not going to be a blockbuster of a storm. Most of us from Syracuse and south, about 2 to 4 inches, an average 4 to 8 with some locally higher amounts once you get in on any of this lake effect snow. We've got a cold finish to the week.
$15 donation. You get a digital certification showing your boo, your ex, whatever your preference, named after a Madagascar hissing cockroach.
Yeah, probably your ex, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. That's alarming.
I think I still have the mullet.
You do. Oh, that's funny.
My hair looks great.
I was going to say, that's the best my hair's ever looked. That's what I strive for it to look like every day.
Definitely look more tan than usual.
That's very alarming. It's like Stranger Things.
Yeah. People love the mullets, by the way. Go to our Facebook pages. You'll see our producer had a little fun yesterday giving us mullets.
Oh, yeah, she's having fun with the AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome in with each other this morning.
Welcome in. Time is 5:31. We're so happy you're here. You got Rachel, Ryan, and Kate. We're just finishing each other's sentences around here.
Yeah, look at that chemistry. How are things looking this morning?
This morning's fine.
Yeah.
Wet this evening. It's going to be tough to see some road lines.
I get worried when she's in her power stance.
Yeah,
she's
she
ready
is.
for it. You can tell.
And she called the weather today. The weather on the way. Interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a little interesting. This storm is interesting. So there's a lot that is going into this. It's the position of everything, how much moisture, how much cold air is coming in. So there's a lot of jigsaw pieces here that we're still trying to kind of fit together. But the bigger takeaway: this is not a blockbuster storm. Okay, this is not like a 2-footer like we've already seen a handful of times this season. So, but enough to kind of slow you down a little bit for tomorrow morning. Not the case today. We're cloudy this morning. We do have some rain getting in here, though. It's going to come down pretty steady for this evening's commute. We make that transition over to the snow tonight, and then we're in and out of cold air, windy weather, and some lake effect snow tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning. The Catfee Skynet 9 camera. Things are pretty quiet looking out over downtown Syracuse on this mild start to our day. We got temperatures above freezing. We have upper 30s to mid 40s as we are up and at 'em on this Wednesday. Mostly dry at the moment, mostly cloudy as well. No major issues heading out the door this morning. It definitely feels pretty decent outside, not super cold, but then we have some rain returning by the end of the day today. We're looking at showers developing this afternoon. Overnight is when we make that transition over to some of that snow. Right now on the radar, any precipitation is north of Watertown. We have our cold front back off to our west. This is going to be our next system kind of moving on by here. We have a couple of cold fronts moving through today and tonight, and that's going to eventually turn into a coastal storm. And so this will eventually kind of evolve and give us a little bit of snow in the next 24 to 36 hours. Let's take it through on the timecast because things get a little bit interesting. A lot of key factors going into this forecast. So we start our rain around noontime today. So from now until noon, not a whole lot happening, but for the second half of our day, we're looking at rain and coming down pretty steady at times. Mainly during that evening commute, we're watching for that rain coming down, and we start to see that transition over to some of that wet snow in the higher elevations first. After about midnight, this is when we get in on at least a few hours of some steady snow, and that'll be our best opportunity for accumulating snow before things kind of shift off to our north and west here. So we wake up tomorrow morning, we have a little bit of snow around here, but our temperatures are falling. We start the day in the mid-20s, we end the day in the teens, and wind chills in the single digits. The lake effect, I think, is going to be a bigger factor for our weather for tomorrow. We have that colder air, strong west winds. That's going to create lake effect snow north of the thruway. And that's where we'll see some of the higher totals by the time this storm is kind of wrapped up here. Thursday evening, there's one more kind of push here of some of that snow before things will fizzle out on Friday morning. Cold start to the day. Look at that. Some spots even below zero Friday morning. So how much snow are we talking? Listen, this is not a blockbuster storm. You're probably even looking at this map. You're like, really? That's it? I know. There's really not a lot. It's only about 2 to 4 inches of snow. But remember, 3+. That's enough to get the snow blowers and plow guys out and everything. So just keep that in mind. Things could slow you down a little bit for tomorrow morning, but it's that lake effect that starts to add on during the day tomorrow is where you'll find some of the higher totals of like that 4 to 6, 4 to 8 inch range with some locally higher amounts of like 6, 7, 8 inches of snow by tomorrow night. Yeah, things will wrap up by Friday morning. Then we still have a couple of snow showers. Got a quick little burst moving through Friday night. A few lingering snow showers on Saturday, returning colder on Sunday. Chilly day on Monday and even colder on Tuesday with highs in the teens. In today's
ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning and welcome in. It is 6 o'clock. We got Ryan and Rachel with you on this Wednesday, January 14th. We're just chugging right along here.
Yeah, midweek already.
Crazy.
Here we go.
And mid-January.
Yeah.
Wild. Thank you so much for joining us.
I had nothing else to say about that. It is wild, and you know what? Things are about to get interesting when it comes to the forecast. That's a key word, and we don't like that when Kate says it.
No, it's because of the way that things are kind of evolving here. There are a lot of things that need to come together to get this forecast just kind of like who gets the snow, who doesn't. There's a lot of pieces to this, but everyone is under a winter weather advisory. For up north, it begins at 11 because Tug Hill, you'll see at least some slushy snow, but for everyone else in central New York, we begin our advisory at 7 p.m. this evening because we're actually spending most of the day on a rainy note. We'll have temperatures in the 40s, just some showers up north right now, but rain is getting in here by noontime today. It's coming down pretty steady for that evening commute. And then after about 8, 9 o'clock or so, we'll make that transition over to at least a few hours of some steady snow. Now, how much dry air gets in here? How cold does it get? How do things kind of line up to kind of tell us how much snow we're going to get? Is it a lot or just a little bit? I will have the latest snow map for you and the timecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you so much. We begin this morning.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning. The CAVV Skynet 9 camera. We are pretty quiet right now, 44 degrees. We have a little bit of a breeze from the south, but it's a mild start to our day. It's a dry, cloudy start to the day. We got a little bit of rain up north, but not much happening as you are kickstarting your Wednesday, but we're closing out the day pretty wet. We have some rain coming in here as early as about lunchtime, and then for the after school, after work hour, we're looking at some steady rain for your evening commute. On our radar right now, most of our shower activity is hanging out up in the North Country near the international border. Let's widen the view out here. So we've got a couple things at play here. We have a couple of cold fronts back off to our west, and so that's going to slide over us tonight, reform a new area of low pressure off the coast, and just keep sending kind of cold air our way, and eventually some of that snow too. Here's what it looks like on our timecast. So lots of clouds around this morning, rain developing by lunchtime, and then it's coming down. You can see the darker shades of the green. Now the advisories begin a little bit earlier up north compared to everyone else because the Tug Hill will see that changeover to some wet snow first. Hills south of Syracuse, you'll start your changeover after sunset tonight, and then everyone should be dealing with the snow by midnight tonight. And so we'll get in on a couple of hours where the snow comes down pretty steady, but how does the dry air play into us? Well, our in-house model is kind of leaning into drier air just kind of getting sucked into here, shutting a lot of the snow down, with most of the snow showers happening north and west of Syracuse. And this is where now the lake effect comes into play. And I think that's what's going to be more of our issue for tomorrow. And remember, when it comes to lake effect, not everyone gets snow. It's only a few lucky of you that get in on maybe 1 or 2 of these steady bands, and that's where we'll see that snow kind of pile up a little bit. And then outside of that, it is a cold, windy day tomorrow for everyone. We have temperatures in the teens, Feels like temperature single digits. We've got that last push of snow moving through tomorrow evening before things kind of wind down and fizzle out by Friday morning. That's going to give us a really cold day on Friday. So how much snow are we talking? Listen, I'm going to be real with you. This is not a big blockbuster storm for us, but if things shift just a little bit, we may have to adjust these. But as of right now, we're going for a general 2 to 4 inches by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. Enough to slow you down, maybe have to shovel, but not enough to stop you from really doing a whole lot. Again, it's the lake effect tomorrow that gets things interesting, because if you get in on a productive band, well, now we're looking at about 4 to 8 inches or so, depending on where you are. And so that's something that we'll be monitoring very closely here in the next 24 hours. Friday, most of the day is quiet, but Friday evening, a little bit more snow, quick bursts moving on through here. Probably get a quick about 1 to 3 inches out of that. A little bit of snow on Saturday. Sunday's turning colder. A little snowy still on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And we've been talking about some really cold temperatures next week. We start that on Tuesday. And we'll keep getting more and more cold air later in the week, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bundle up.
Buckle up for the question month. For a $15 donation, you get a digital certificate showing your boo, your ex, whatever your preference, named after a Madagascar kissing cockroach. I believe this is out of the Bronx Zoo, right? The Bronx Zoo, yes.
Yeah.
Although Rosamond Gifford should do this. If they're watching. Oh, dear Lord.
Name these cockroaches.
Oh, God.
I mean, I just love you still have the mullet.
I know.
I know, my hair does look
Me and
good
Rachel
there.
have like the best hair
It's
of our
so
lives going
good.
on.
I would take that hair any day.
Yeah.
It is very alarming, though. It's very Stranger Things-esque. Well, welcome in. It is 6:31. We're so glad you are here joining us. You got the gang, Ryan, Rachel, and Kate in people form,
Yeah.
not cockroaches.
Not cockroach form. Are we going to be having a hissy fit about the weather coming our way?
Yeah, because we got rain coming in tonight for the evening commute when it's dark and raining and driving on the roads. You see where I'm going
Yeah,
We'll
with
have
this?
more on those faint lines in just
Yeah.
a bit.
The paint's too faint.
Let's just say I'm one of those ones that's been belly aching along with a lot of other central New Yorkers around here. So here's what it looks like right now on the radar. Pretty quiet. We've had a little bit of rain mostly hanging out up in the North Country. And then here's how things are kind of shaking out today. So we're mild, but we got some rain showers moving in by this afternoon. A little steady for the evening commute. We change over from the rain to the snow. It's going to be that wet, heavy snow for a little bit, too, before it gets cold enough to turn to powder. And that's tomorrow with our lake effect. We'll have some localized bands of some snow, but our temperatures are going to be much, much colder tomorrow than the 40s we have today, eventually getting cold enough for that snow to happen overnight.
All right, Kate just mentioned it. Faint paint.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning to you. Live view right now from the Cappy Skynet 9 camera. Out over Oswego, pretty quiet right now. It's mild, too. We have 40s for a lot of us as we are up and at 'em. If you're not in the 40s, you're pretty close to it, so not bad as we're heading out the door. At the bus stop this morning, no issues, but as the kids are coming home, well, you'll want to make sure they are off at least with a waterproof layer because they'll be coming home in some rain. We have showers developing this afternoon, and it's going to come down pretty steady at times as we get closer towards sunset. On the radar, it's all quiet. We've had a little bit of some rain happening up in the North Country near the international border, but we take a bit of a wide view here. So we have our area of low pressure right here with a couple cold fronts. There's one right there and another one right there. These are all kind of coming together, evolving, even turning into a whole new system off the coast. And what does that mean for us? Well, it means rain first and then some snow. So here's how things kind of pan out. So we're waking up pretty quiet this morning. By midday, rain's moving in here. We're dealing with these lighter scattered showers, but then it's starting to pick up for the evening commute. So just a heads up there with a little bit of that transition in the higher elevations as early as the afternoon hours. That's why the winter weather advisories are earlier up north. We start that changeover process in the hills south of Syracuse as early as sunset tonight. Between about 9 and midnight tonight, everyone starts to change over to at least a 3-hour window of some wet, slushy snow. That's going to be our opportunity for at least a few inches of snowfall before some dry air kind of gets sucked up in here. And then the real heavy stuff is actually happening up in Canada. So we're keeping an eye on this, because if this wants to shift even a little bit, that'll make a big difference on things. But for right now, this is what we're going with. Still waking up to some snow showers in the morning, and our temperatures are dropping. Now, the main concern for Thursday as far as snow goes is lake effect. A lot of you will not see additional snow during the day tomorrow unless you are in this band right here. That's where you'll see probably an extra 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inches of snow during the day. Outside of that, you're just really cold and windy. Wind chills, single digits for everyone tomorrow. Now, there's one last little push here right after sunset tomorrow. We'll probably pick up another inch or two out of that, and then things will kind of simmer down by Friday morning. Ooh, it's going to be really cold Friday morning. All right, we're looking at snowfall. I've broken this up. So this is for tomorrow morning. We wake up, again, there's not a lot. Tug Hill will see a little bit more, but enough to get the shovels out, slow you down, be of a nuisance for tomorrow. And notice where things kind of really filled in here. It's right where that lake effect is. So that's where we'll see our higher snow totals. Not quite as much the farther south of the thruway you go. That's just how kind of things are kind of panning out at the moment. You definitely want to keep up to date with us on air and online as the day goes on. I believe Mr. Teskey has a WSYR Plus show scheduled for this evening as well. It's always a fun time to watch him on those. And yeah, it's going to be cold again next week. It's January.
Yep.
Welcome.
That's what it does.
Yep. January is doing January things.
Let's see if you got the question of the day.
Well, we're starting things off pretty quiet and dry right now. It's mild too. We have 40s, but you can see on the timecast by dinner time, we're dealing with some steadier rain, a bit of a changeover for the higher elevations first, and then eventually everyone else will get in on a period of snow overnight for at least a few hours, coming down a little steady from Syracuse to Oswego and out over the Finger Lakes before things kind of wind down a little bit by tomorrow morning. We make that transition over to the lake effect snow. Everyone is cold and windy tomorrow. You wake up tomorrow morning to at least a few inches of snowfall, about an area-wide 2 to 4 inches. And then if you're in that localized band, you'll tack on a few more inches. Otherwise, if you're not in that snow band tomorrow, by tomorrow morning, you're done with the snow. So that's some good news. It's not going to be a lot of snow, certainly enough to slow you down in the morning, but not a blockbuster, showstopper going on here. So that's some good news, but woo-wee, is it going to be cold tomorrow. Wind chills single digits to near zero. No one's getting out of that.
Yeah, so we got to worry about the freezing part of it too. Yeah, okay. Well, watch it close and make sure you have that app downloaded. That is for sure. Also, WSYR Plus, our 7 o'clock starts right in about, 3 minutes or so.
Yeah,
So download it,
2.5
come see
minutes,
us.
See you there.